Hello everyone, my name is Anshuman Akash. I'm the assistant professor at AAFT School of Still Photography. In this video, we are going to talk about portraits. What is the right focal length for a good portrait? So if you want to learn more about portraiture photography or you want to get a good grip at portraiture photography, please watch this video until the very end to learn the tips and tricks for portrait photography. You might have seen so many lenses in the market which says they are available for photography. But how do you know the right lens that you should use for a portraiture? You might have seen people using different kind of focal lens, basically prime lens. People buy these kind of lenses for different purposes or maybe for some shares. There are focal lengths of 35mm, 50mm, 85mm, 105, 70-200. There are so many different focal lengths available in the market. So we are going to talk about those kind of focal lengths that we use for portrait photography, and then we will find out which is the best lens for a good portrait. So let's jump to the studio and take some photos and see the difference between these lenses and characteristics of these lenses. So let's go into the studio and let's shoot something. Okay, so for this part of the video, we are going to take some photograph with the model. So Sumit is model for today, who studies at the same college. So for now, I'm using a camera at a focal length of 24mm. So I'll take my first shot at 24mm and see how does the picture come. So let's go and take some pictures. So this was my first photo at 24mm. So this was my second photo at 35mm. So this was my shot at 35mm. For now, I'm shooting at 50mm focal length, and let's take a shot. So this was my shot at 50mm. Let's take a shot at 85. So now take a shot at 105mm. And now we are taking one more shot at 135mm focal length. So we took multiple shots using different lenses. For once, I used 24-105 kit lens, which comes with all these new 5D series cameras. The next lens that I used was 50mm, the third lens that I used was 85mm, and the fourth lens that I used was 70-200mm. All the pictures were taken at the same exposure. There was no difference in the exposure. The only difference was with the focal length. So you can see the actual difference between all the pictures, and the right face that we see as our model actually appears in front of the eyes appears at focal length 85mm. Now let's go to the studio to conclude about the entire shoot. So you might have seen the definite difference between all these lenses and kind of pictures they produce. All these lenses have their own different characteristics based on which we try to find the right focal length. And for the same, if you want to take a good portrait, 85 is the focal length that you should always use for a very natural looking portrait. So I hope you like this video, and to learn more tips and tricks or get a professional training on photography, you should join us at School of Still Photography at AAFT. Thank you.